Hello everyone, welcome back. Last several views we have done is the target state scenario for ArchiMetal case study. So now we already finished all the 32 the diagram modeling. Today we do some quick summary as usual on this target state scenario section to have some brief understanding and abstraction of the modeling pattern. So let's do this. So in our the repository, we have the model file within this folder. And also we can go to here to get our view. So we already upload all the snapshot model view as well as those diagram export here. We have about 4 or 5 views here in the target state scenario section. So let's make that work. So starting from the file opened, so within here, under the ArchiMetal practice in the repository, we have this model file. We don't use this ArchiMetal practice, the code file. We use this pattern file. So you have opened that. So here we already have several the previously chapters, the modeling pattern summary. And today is let's do the last chapter. So we duplicate from this default view. Then we have make that rename target state scenario. Let's just have some quick view on how using ArchiMetal we model this target the state scenario. So first, let's open our motivation part. Do we have something? So yes, we already have a stakeholder before. So let's drag that stakeholder and the driver. So if we don't need to create a new relationship with those elements, that means this pattern already used in earlier chapter. Then we have to reuse that. And we also have goal here. So, but we don't have the goal with other relationship. Let's using the visualizer to see what's the goal. So here we have goal realized by requirements, and the goal is associated to the assessment. So this assessment is also used on this figure 28. So I believe we can reuse that. So let's drag the assessment. So that should put this here. And driver also has the association to assessment. Let's also keep that. And then this goal, we have also the aggregation to themselves. So here is we can aggregate. So then we have this one new introduced using this view. And then the goal is associated with the assessment, driver associated with driver, and the goal. And we also should have the driver and the goal, the associated. So let's make this thing. This one is only used by this view. So you can select our relationship using this analysis. Then you can see here is used only on this view. But if you select this, which we reuse the one, is coming from 2 views. So if you just choose a different relationship, now you can see whether this is our unique relationship or we are starting to have the reuse of that. And then the assessment, 2 assessment, they have the different levels. Then let's also examine the assessment from this kind of the visualizer. So you see here, so this one, we have one is the assessment to assessment with association. we also have this influence already. So here is the influence. So this one is we can have the reuse, but we can choose influence. Influence is here. Double click, then it's pop up is whether you can select to reuse or you create new. Let's use the select. Then that's the all for this figure 28. To back to this using the motivation layer to do the stakeholder view. Then we move to the 29. There's no linkage each other, so we can have those views separate. But if we later on is we put all these chapters as a whole, the pattern view, then possible we can see more the cross layers, the relationship. Then here is starting from the business events. Yeah. So before that is let me see. Oh, sorry. Is I should select from the existing one. So let's delete that from model. If we already have the events, let's use that. We already have process, also use that. And we should have this one. So also we have the events from process and events to process. So these two is we are reusing. So let's make the relationship distribute. Whole link is we are make that work. And let's skip on this the connection part because that's not make the modeling the meaning. So, but we have this kind of here is the business role. Let's say here we don't use any role before, so let's create that, and we should assign the business role to the business process. This is our new relationship we did from here. And then we can see here business role can be part of the business collaboration. So do we have the collaboration? No. Let's create that. So we can put that here. Then this one, let's double check is what are the relationship we use. So to ensure is we are using the correct thing. Let's open our model file, go to the 29, and we can double check here. So if you click this the collaboration, let's see visualizer. So collaboration in the middle, and we use not the composition, we use the aggregation. So then that's safe for us is we built this aggregation for the multiple the roles collaborate each other, and then here the process to process we have that aggregation, the composition, and also inside is the process can have the flow themselves. So let's see, we have this one. And also that is the different layer, the business process, because you can have that to build this level 1 process, level 2 process. So let me put that, and we should have our flow. Then we already use this flow. So let's see. Through the analysis, the flow used on this view, and also we use that in the transformation overview view. So then that is one reused the relationship. Then all the upper part is we already the summaries using this pattern, and then is we have our the cross layer. We see in the let's hide relation using our tip before. So let's go to the application layer now. So let's hide this model file. So go to the application layer. We already have the application service. Let's see here, application service, we are serving the application, the business process. That's good. And the application service also can serve another application service. Let's also keep select this, use over the visualizer. You can see here, we don't have the self-serving relationship. So that is safe for us on here. We use serving to make this aggregation. So not the aggregation, just to the self, the relationship. So serving is can do the serving to another the service. That's all for this 29. Let's keep using that to see what's well introduced here. There's nothing, but just have our the clear view is business process can compose the lower level business process. So how this figure 30 already explained on here. So let's continue. So figure the 31. We have this business function view. Let's see what we have that. We already have the business function, and we don't have that any linkage to those business layer. Let's see. So business function in earlier is they can flow to the self, another business function. They have the multiple, the two direction flow to the application, business actor. They can serve and also cross layer to the technology element. But there's nothing to do here. We are introduced this the business object, and we should have the access relationship on both read and write. So we need to have this one, so business object. Now we can see here, earlier we have the business object can show the link with the business process. That's good. So we can make that visible. So let's also keep that, and we have distribute this view. Let's make this not overlapping. So that's good. So this can be the read, write from the business process to the object. This will be another direction will be the read. So we will use the same way to do from the business object to the business function. So you cannot draw from this to here because it's not allowed. You can only draw here, and you draw double. And another one is let's use a new because we want the second one is the read. Then these two have the two direction. So let's also distribute that. Then that will be clear. Is you have the two the direction. So some is from the function to the object. Then is you read by the second the function from this same the object to the data. So that's the figure 31st. Let's save. And we move to the last one. This is also the cross layer. Let's ignore the backend grouping. So we focus on here. So if we cross the different system, we can see the business data layer is they can have the relationship through this week. One is the association. So let's put that here. So they can associate the business object with another system. And then we use the business layer, application layers, the data object. We don't use this before, so let's create that. Data object will realize the business object. So that's the cross layer, and we can see here, let's double check is business object. I believe that will be the composition. So let's see here. So if I choose this one, then either way you can use here. You see the composition, or you choose this one. Then you go to the analysis. Then you see the model relation, so composition. So either one, they will tell you the target thing. So then it's safe if we use composition. We create like this. So that's the last view. So we finish on this modeling pattern. You can, but within this target state scenario, we see we have a separate patterns. One is in the motivation layer, talking about the stakeholder. Another several view is we are talking the how to the model the detail the business process or manufacturing process, then link that to the system, link that to the data, the information in business layer and the data object in application layer. So we have the second part of the pattern to show the relationship of them. I will stop here. Until now is we finish all this view with the summary in the target state scenario. In the next video, I will try to make the consolidation of all the 4 patterns we already did, and we try to see whether we can summarize on the second layer with our ArchiMetal case study overall the modeling pattern. See you on that one. So hope is you can learn the pattern from those the diagram modeling activity. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.